Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you having this forum and allowing me to meet you and the public. And I'm Jonas, Jim Jonas.
And you're running for?
The school board in West Fargo.
Okay. What are the most important issues in your race?
Well, to me, I'm always going to put the kids first. Everything I do, all the decisions I'm going to try to make, I'm going to see how it's going to help the students. Whether it be a facility, whether it be curriculum, technology, I want to put that as my #1 priority. I'm very close to teachers and administrators. I visit with them on a regular basis. And for example, can we increase the amount of AP classes or dual credit classes in our high schools? Our gifted and talented program for the elementary. What can we do for those kids? Our CTE, our current technical skills. My wife's the director on that. She's not going to be happy. Our CTE, what we want to encompass that. Also, I want to make sure that the kids that are struggling are taken care of. I have a deep passion in my heart for those kids throughout my career at West Fargo High School. We have a great special ed program in West Fargo. People are moving into the district because of that, and I want to make sure things are there for them. We have the mental health issue going on. I'll encompass this under the kids. 1/4, the North Dakota Youth Risk Survey said that 1/4 of North Dakota kids are suffering from some type of mental illness. And only about 7 or 8% get help. And that's a big factor. We're in an anxious society now with our social media and so forth and the stressors put on the kids. So I want to make sure the facilities are there, the care is there. And also, I'm glad that the school stepped back a little bit on the Level D program. I visited with Beth Sleddy on Tuesday about that. And let's take our time and not rush into things. Let's do it right. Let's get the proper mental health advocates there. Let's get that teacher to student ratio down, and well-trained paraprofessionals. So I'm all for that there too. And of course, the big issue is the growth. In my campaigning, West Fargo School District is enormous. It's 20 miles long from Harwood to Horace. And I've been handing out yard signs and so forth. And one of the great things is I'm visiting with I shouldn't say all, but a lot of my former students that have done very well. And it's great to see that and visiting with the community. So the growth issue, the bond, are we going to have a bond this fall? I would work very hard to help support that. I know the schools are overcrowded. Cheney Middle School, Liberty is going to be at capacity. The high schools are growing. And I was just down in Deer Creek, Brooks Harbor, and the growth is amazing. And then that Horace now has the room for 400 additions in homes. So that's just tremendous there. And of course, with that comes funding. What can we do about the funding issue? Mark Lemur is a whiz at funding, but still, West Fargo, I believe it's $100 million. We can levy for $100 million on the next bond without really affecting our taxes, our mill levy, I should say. But once again, we have the issue of taxation there. We have the issue of the burden of the bond. You know, we've been had 2 in the last 8 years or so, and also equality among the district. What can we have in terms of the north versus south? The old part of the district. And also school safety. Another issue is school safety. I met with Todd Pearson, the head of our SROs. We need to make sure the older facilities are taken care of in terms of the doors, locking mechanisms, film to put on windows for bulletproof, and then also to rearrange the entrances. These older schools weren't built with the issues we're facing today in terms of security. And we could have a school audit. We sat down and talked about issues there. If we need to have a firm come in to perform an audit to see what can benefit the kids there, to keep them safer. So. Okay.
I think you answered a lot of the things in question number 2, so I'm going to move to question number 3. What differentiates you from your opponents, and why should someone vote for you?
Well, I've been in the community for 27 years as a teacher. I have thousands of former students. My passion for the kids of West Fargo, the passion and love I have for the city. I'll bring in a new energy level to the board. My work ethic, my research. I'm excited to be a part of the movement forward of West Fargo. And I just love the kids there. And in my new career, my second stage in life, I want to be a service to the community. And I'm really enjoying going out and meeting people and seeing former students.